Hey everybody, it's Professor Parish. I hope you guys have had a great first week of class. I hope everything is getting settled in, you're figuring out where all of your classes are, how to navigate your online courses. I hope everything is going great. So this is our very first lecture video. I will be posting these every week for our class, and the purpose of the lecture videos is to do a number of things. It is to introduce the new assignments that we have for the week. It's to clean up any housekeeping things that we need to talk about or take care of, and it's also to talk about our textbook and the chapters that we go over. Unfortunately, as you're watching this video, I do not have my textbook with me. I am being a very terrible example for you all. But we can talk about what you all are going to read, some tips on reading the chapters, and things like that. And hopefully, once I get back to the college this next week for our week 3 video, I will have the textbook with me and can go over chapters and kind of catch back up with where we are. But we'll touch base on the textbook here shortly. In the meantime, I do want to go ahead and introduce sort of where you can find these videos as you're watching it. I am going to post in the announcement section, which is right here, a little bit about what we're doing, and I might actually move this section over here while I'm thinking about it. Let me show you all my wonderful settings here. I'm going to move this over here. There we go. If I can, will it let me? Will it not let me? It won't let me change it. Never mind. It's going to stay where it's at. But anyway, you can find them either here, or if you go to resources, it'll be over in the links section. Under week 2, there will be a link to that. So I usually just click that and go through week 1 through 2, and there it'll be in week 2. Right under this one will be a link to our video. All right. If you want to see what resources are available each week, you can go here under handouts. Like for week 1, you had the syllabus and these extra resources you can access anytime. Week 2, there's not any handouts, so it'll only list a handout if we have one for the week. So this video will be under links, and it should be the only extra thing you have to look at this week. All right, I'm going to go ahead and change to student view so that I can view the page as you would. So we have these 2 links, and I talked a little bit about them in the opening introduction video. Weekly assignments is okay. When you design this course, they don't let you get rid of this page. If I could, I probably would, because it's a lot. There's a lot on here to look at, and I would much rather just go to the assignments, because everything is there. Like, it shows you, for example, for week 1, it shows you what's due tomorrow, and then for the next textbook activity that's opened up, it shows you when it's due. So it's all there for you. Once you complete an assignment, you will notice that there will be a check mark here, and this will be in bold. For me, that's a nice way of figuring out if you've done the assignments for the class each week. You can go to assignments, scroll down. If you see this has a check mark by it, it means you're done. You're good to go. If you don't see this checked, it means you've not completed the assignment yet, and you need to do so. All right. So for week 2, I do ask that you read in chapters 3 and 4 in our textbook, and I'll talk a little bit about that in a minute, because I know that looks like a lot of pages. We're going to talk about that. But also make sure to watch this video for this week. There is a discussion forum, which is listed here. Your initial posts are due on Friday. By Sunday, your peer responses are due. And then there is the textbook activity 1, which some of you have already started it, which is awesome. Kudos to you all. If you click on this textbook activity, it will tell you what we're doing. So there is a file to download, which you will need to read chapter 2 before doing this assignment. So if you've not read chapter 2 yet, you will need to have done that. I'll click on this link here, and it opens it up in Word for me. All right, so the textbook assignment is in your actual English skills textbook. So if you go to pages 32 to 33, you actually can highlight the answers. So if I choose yes, I can click on that here and highlight it. Or if I don't want to, highlight it, I can just go to text and put an X there if I choose so. So you've got that option. You can do an X, like for these, or if you'd rather highlight them, you can highlight them as well. That's totally up to you all what you want to do. Let's just say I do. If it were me, I'm actually a list maker. So sometimes do pre-writing. I should say yes, but sometimes I don't. And then you can answer these questions here. They're all pretty straightforward. They're just fill in the blank, you answer it, whatever feels comfortable for you answering. When you're done, save your file, or you can even do save as. I would do save as because then you know where on your computer your file's stored at. Sometimes if you click save with Word, it puts it in like a temp folder and it gets weird. So I would save as and save to your desktop or your documents, whatever. And then when you upload to the Dropbox, you will click on this upload file. Now, the cool thing about this online class is that when you click choose file here, normally if you like attach to an email or something like that, it draws from your computer. Well, this online class has this little Moxie manager, meaning that anything you upload is saved to the online class. So if you're ever out of town, or if you ever need to reopen a document and you're like, oh, I don't have my computer with me, you can go to any computer and upload from this Moxie manager from our course, which I actually find that very useful because if I'm, away from town or needing to access, like let's say this presentation, I can get on here, I don't have to be on my own computer, and I can upload it. So any document that you upload to this class is saved on here. That's why you can see that there's some from 2016, 17, 18, and so on. So what you do is you click upload. You upload a document. So let's say I upload textbook assignment here. It'll ask if I want to rewrite it. I'm going to rename it because I actually have this saved as the original file. When it's done uploading, it'll show 100%. You can click insert. Now the file is attached. I can label it or give a description if I want, but if I just want to attach it, I'll click add file. And it should show, now I'm not done yet. It shows that the file is there, but you need to turn in your activity to be completely finished. And then once you do that, it will show that it has been turned in, so you can't edit or add files. Now if you accidentally turn in the wrong file, please just email me and let me know, and I can reopen the assignment or reopen the Dropbox for you. Okay? Now everything has to be turned in on time, but if you accidentally click on the wrong file, or if you're like, oh no, I need to resubmit that, just email me and let me know, and I will reopen it and we'll get it taken care of. Alright? So my activity should be turned in. So if I go back to assignments, I can look there and look. It shows that I am awaiting my grade. I've turned my assignment in. Voila! So that's sort of how you do the textbook assignments this week. The discussion forum is the exact same as it was last week. There's just new questions, but the format is the same. And you all have done a very good job on the discussion forum this week, so I'm pretty excited to see where we go from here with our assignments. Now, in terms of the textbook readings, you'll notice from week 1 that you had chapters 1 and 2, pages 2 through 32. If you've looked at our textbook, then you've probably noticed by now that even though that was 30 pages, a lot of it is examples, charts, graphs, activities, and assignments. So even though the reading sections that I am assigning for you all to read can seem very long, when you actually break it down, like chapters 3 and 4, yes, I know it says pages 48 to 107. Do I expect you to read each page word for word? No. The video that I assigned here for week 1 on reading techniques, which you should definitely look at, and I will show you that link if you've not seen it, talks a little bit about how you can skim through passages and pick out the details that you absolutely need to understand. Because I get it. When I was in grad school, which if you're going to be an English major and go to grad school, be prepared to read a lot. When I was in grad school, I was in 2 to 3 classes, and each of those classes wanted you per week to read about 100 pages. No joke. So I literally had for a couple of weeks, 400 pages worth of assignments each week, which is insanity. Who can read that? So you learn very quickly that the main thing is to pick out the key concepts. What is in bold? What are our bold terms that we need to know? Pick those out. Understand what are the main concepts that the book is trying to get across and focus on those. And you can skip things like if there's assignments or a chart that doesn't really connect, it's just something extra, you know, you can skip over those unless you find them interesting and you want to look at them. But the main thing is get the key concepts, get the overarching theme of that chapter. What is it trying to say? Like the chapter 3 that's talking about formatting paragraphs. What's the whole point behind it? And look at those examples, but you don't have to read everything word for word. So yes, there will be some writing assignments and reading assignments that seem very long, but what I'm asking you to do is to go through and pick out the key concepts and focus on those. You don't have to read word for word every single page. All right, so hopefully that maybe eases some tension there, because I know sometimes people see that and they're like, that's 60 pages in a week. You got this. A lot of it are going to be assignments. You can skip over those. Just focus at the beginning of the chapters on the main terms and concepts, and then as you skim through the chapter, if they go over any new bolded terms or concepts, you know, stop and take a look at those as well. Okay, so that's pretty much it for week 2. Like I said, I apologize. I will have my book next week, and so I'll kind of give a run through back through these chapters that we've looked at so far. As you can notice here, chapters for weeks 1 and 2 are open, so you can do assignments for week 2. Starting on January 13th, which will be probably by the time you're watching this video, there will actually be assignments open for week 3 and I think 4. Let me switch back to my view and show you all. So this is how you view the class. I view the class a little bit differently. So I can show you that when I get to week 3, we have these assignments. They won't be visible to you all until January 13th. So you can actually work ahead starting January 13th on 2 weeks ahead, actually, if you'd like to. So that's all open to you as well. Okay? That's pretty much it. If you've not got your textbook yet, please get it ASAP. If you need to go back and look at the syllabus or watch the initial video, you can. Otherwise, I'm going to be posting this video onto the announcements section and in our resources as well. So just keep an eye out for it. Otherwise, I hope you guys have a great week. If you have any questions, you're always welcome to email me and ask. If anything happens with the Dropbox or if you have any questions on submitting assignments, just let me know. All right? Have a great week, and I will talk to you all very soon.